Here comes Satan bees, here comes Satan bees, gonna sting your ass. Yep, that's right, Killer Bee Nation. Oh, time for a little nap. Oh, hi, bees. What in the hell, you guys? Hi, everybody. Yeah, it's me again. We never know when we're live streaming. Look at this is a swarm of Africanized bees. Right here, we're in Sierra Vista. Hi, I'm Reed for all of you who don't know. Everyone knows who we are. Posh is behind the camera right now. A swarm of Africanized bees. It's the last day of November 2022. Africanized bees swarming. European bees never, ever, ever would do this. I mean, any beekeepers out there, would European bees do this? I mean, it froze. My water was froze this morning at the ranch until like 7:30, 8 o'clock. It's ridiculous. What are African? What are bees swarming this time of year for? There's nothing for them to eat, nothing for them to do. They're still as deadly as ever. And you see how small this is? Now, back in the day, I would stick my hand in the middle there and cup where I thought the queen was. And if I had her, I'd have the ball of bees on my hand. That ain't happening because these guys are so damn deadly. Now we're right in a neighborhood. You see how they know we're here already, right? We're going to make quick work of this because this woman has dogs. Look at them. See how they're active? They know we're here. Oh my God, these damn bees. Have you got that spray adhesive, Bush?
Yeah.
Well, I thought did you have one in your pocket? Or?
I got pockets full of spray adhesive.
He got pocket. He was hoping for a war. Posh is missing the war. I got my big blues. But, I mean, now, even though this is a little tiny swarm, and I don't want to piss them off, because there's enough bees here. There's probably 2,000, 2,500 bees here. And it takes about 500 stings to equal a snake bite. Now, I want you guys to understand.
Here, can I hand you that for a second?
I wish you would.
I'm going to put on these other gloves.
Uh-oh, Hosh has got black gloves on.
I got my wrists exposed.
Oh, his wrists are exposed. Well, that's why I bring him. Jesus, you guys, craziness. So I want to tell you that a couple of days ago, and you were with us down in Hereford, where that guy got stung well over 1,000 times and was hanging upside down 60 feet off the ground for a half an hour. And that YouTube is up. It's called Hereford Hell Tree Survey. Please watch it because it's how bad that is this time of year now with these damn bees. So for them to be swarming right now, there's enough bees here to kill a few humans, all right? Because it takes about 500 stings to equal a snake bite. There's a couple thousand bees there. They're all hunkered down because it's cold. It's probably about 45 degrees out right now, Fahrenheit. So what in the hell are these guys swarming about? Now, we haven't done anything to them yet, but you can see they're starting to fly around a bit. 3 of them just lit up.
Oh, yeah, they're starting to move.
They're starting to move. So I'm going to go ahead and spray adhesive them so that they can't do that, and then we'll keep talking about these damn things. What are you guys doing? Look at them. See them coming back from... They're having coffee, and those guys are coming back with half and half. I mean, this is just absolutely ridiculous. So, as you know, this is like an onion, and there's probably a couple thousand bees there, and if we were to poke them or do anything to them, of course, we don't know what would set them off. That's why I'm being so careful. If they start moving really fast, then they get spray adhesive immediately. But they I've seen a ball like this, and a bigger ball, actually, because this is pretty small, explode like a bomb, and we don't need that. I mean, it's beautiful in its own right.
No, there's definitely a queen in there. Somebody said they don't have a home or a queen.
Well, they have a queen. They don't have a home. Although, get this, you guys. Here's another weird one. I have to lay down and get comfortable with my little bees, my little bee pillow. All right, here's a weird thing. There's definitely a queen in there. Now, in the old days, with European bees, they would never decide to live there. But literally about 50% of the swarms that we're getting now, and they're all Africanized here in the state of Arizona, 50% of them are deciding to live right on the tree branch, right out in front of God and everybody. And by that, I mean build comb. So these guys have been here for, well, we don't know how long, days. And so when we knock them down and kill them and put them in our little bucket, if there's little white nubbins around on there, see, one just is on me. See that? They're starting to get, I'm going to have to do this pretty quick, guys. Then they have decided to live there. It's just sci-fi, and for them to be swarming this time of year. So you were half right. They definitely have a queen, but we don't know if they have a home yet. So we want to back that up a little bit, Hosh, so I can. Cause I hate getting spray adhesive on the lens. So, good morning, everyone. We're doing killer bees. It's like every damn day, and here we are after Thanksgiving. So you see what I just did there? It's like an onion. All right. So now we got to get our bucket. Oh, here we go.
Oh, they're starting to light up.
Oh, well, I'll get it.
Holy shit.
Here we go. Here we go.
On the bottom there.
Yeah. All right. Arg. Now we're going to do the thin donut trick. All right. So, all right. I want to back that up a little bit.
Yep.
Thank you. There we go. Perfect. So this is a pesticide made from, it's called pyrethrin, and it's made from chrysanthemum flowers, and it kills them immediately. We just put a little squirt on them. All right, so now we're going to keep spray adhesing them so they can't just explode all over the place. And keep talking about how damn weird it is that we have a swarm this time of year. Anyway, if you guys have any questions or anything or comments, welcome to the hive. I'm Reed Booth, Killer Bee Guy. Hosh is on the camera this morning. And yeah, killer bees in the last day of November. What in the hell is good? It's been freezing every night too. We've had a really, really cold fall here. Actually, it's been down in the 20s. Yeah, down in the 20s every night. My water is frozen until not that long ago. So this is working really, really well. I'm going to give them one more squirt of the pyrethrin. Where am I here? Arg! Oh, for God's sake. All right. Okay. Just to soak in and get the ones inside. And any of them that fall on the ground, of course, the ants will get. So this is working really well. I just don't understand swarms this time of year. Really makes no sense. So, any of the bees that are left over are called remnant bees, and they will die off. They cannot live without the rest of the hive. They're kind of like an amputated limb. I know you've heard me say it before. And they will die. So, they're like individual cells of an organism. And that's why we actually see a hive, is like individual cells of an organism. Here, you want to back that up, please, so I can get in the air more here. I hate getting this stuff on the lenses, guys, and it takes too much to wash it off. So, anyway, how's everybody doing out there this morning?
Yeah.
Hi. Just
So Devon Picasso there, yeah, we do wasps all the time. Wasps are a joke.
yeah, wasps are nothing for us, yeah.
Wasps.
I mean,
are
well, they're not a joke to get stung by.
Yeah, but they're just not a big deal.
No.
These are the dangerous
These
things.
are
right?
the Africanized bees, and the super deadly ones they almost killed. So the other day, that if you look on, we just posted yesterday because we went out and did the survey out at that ranch where the guy. We think there were about 24 people total stung on that one. We don't know because there were so many people on the ranch coming and going. But everybody, all of the fire department, Palomine's fire department, heroes, superheroes, they all got stung. Everybody in the helicopter got stung because the guy was dangling upside down, 60 foot up. He was trimming this big ass cottonwood tree, and he got the limb cut. Actually, they had a crane out there. This is the day before yesterday, and he had his crew, and they had the crane out there, and they tied off this limb that probably weighs 500 pounds. These cottonwood trees are huge around here, and they're all hollow. There's bees in all of them. And he got the limb cut. Now, they had winched him up on a rope up to this tree limb. And so he was tied off with his harness. Then, after he got it cut, and the log is dangling, then he got attacked. And holy shit. Then all hell breaks loose. And one of the guys on the ground was a nurse, a superhero. All right, Mark, you can see the interview on YouTube and TikTok. And it's called Hereford Hell Tree Survey. Please look at it. We just put it up last night. This guy was barefoot. He ran up on a roof getting stung. He got stung 120 times in the head. While this guy, the tree trimmer, was hanging upside down, screaming, literally screaming, for a half an hour. Well, he was screaming for about 10 minutes, then went silent. And is just dangling there while there's a huge cloud of bees around his body stinging him. I don't know how he's alive. I really don't. Well, yeah, I do. Mark saved his life.
Right.
Literally. So
Right.
Mark's a superhero, and so yeah, it's really a total nightmare. And well, this is working out really well here because we're just kind of filling you guys in until these remnant bees keep coming back and we can knock them down. But it's just science fiction every damn day. I mean, isn't it, Hosh?
Oh yeah.
It's like
Yeah. So how did the bees in Arizona get Africanized?
well, that's a really good question, actually. And I'm glad you guys are asking these questions because these bees are in all the lower 48 states now. So keep in mind on that one. Um, it mainly through crossbreeding is how this happened. And that's how these guys were created in the beginning in the 1950s in Brazil. Because European bees are sickly, okay? I'm going to start knocking some of these guys into our little bucket here. European bees are sickly. They do not and they're very sensitive. They're very disease prone, and yeah, they're nice and everything. But they also don't make a lot of honey. Not like the African bees, the pure African bees. So the African bees make up to twice as much honey. So of course Brazil, it all comes down to finances. Brazil wanted to become a player on the world honey stage, and by God they did, but at what cost? So they thought, well, if we go get some of these pure African bees from South Africa and crossbreed them with our nice European bees, which don't produce enough honey, maybe we'll end up with a disease-resistant super producer, which they did, but they didn't know was that they were going to be so damned aggressive. And so they got let out, and a rookie didn't read the directions on. I guess he didn't go to the safety meeting or something, and they got let out of the experiment. Oh God! And they spread out in every direction at about 300 miles a year from Brazil, and came into the United States. Of course, they couldn't stop them at the Isthmus of Panama, and they came into the United States in about 1991 into Texas, Arizona about 93. Now I've got a few aggressive ones here fucking around with me, so I'm going to keep knocking them down. But now they spread through by the late 90s. All of them in Arizona, all of the unmanaged feral hives were Africanized. Period. We used to send samples up to labs in Tucson for testing a percentage of Africanization. In 1998, they called everybody and said, "Don't send anymore. It's over. It's done." Now they didn't stop there. And if you look at the maps that show their spread right now, don't pay any attention. They're 15 years old. Nobody has kept track for that long of the spread of Africanization except for people on the ground like ourselves and beekeepers and exterminators that are, have to deal with them on the ground. The vector controls, which there isn't any in this area, of course, governments and universities are not doing any testing anymore. So, but they are in all the lower 48 states because the ones that have been tested, they're all Africanized. Lovely, huh? So it's just another damn thing we have to live with. This is working really well, guys.
Here's a question, Reed. If you weren't a beekeeper, what would you be?
Well, you guys really want to know what I did before this?
I mean, you're not exactly a beekeeper at this
Well,
point.
no, I used to be.
You're a bee killer.
I'm a bee getter ridder of her now. No, I started out keeping bees for sure, but before that, I have a degree in gemology, as in diamonds and emeralds and shit. And I used to smuggle emeralds out of Brazil. So that's a natural segue, right, from that to killer bees. Just makes sense to me. I don't know. It's so I don't know what the fuck I'd do. Astronaut or something. I know Mark Kelly. He's a really good guy, actually, and Gabby and all that here in Arizona. Yeah, astronaut would be fun.
Will we get these in England?
God, I hope not, you guys. And welcome. Thanks for joining us from England. Good morning and happy holidays and all that good shit to you. I hope not. Although we had one person that came on when we did a live stream Q&A, question and answer, and almost as cynical as me. And they said, England? Well, they're only a container ship away. The problem is these damn things hitchhike. And I really hope you don't get them there. I don't know how you can't. They were bred to be a better bee. And that they are. They're better. They do everything better than a European bee. They make twice as much honey. They're super resistant to disease. They swarm more often, and they defend the hive better. I mean,
What's the meaning of Africanized?
Africanized, that's a really good question. It is two things. Of course, it's a cross between African and European bees. Now, the thing that throws the wrench in the mix is the pure African strain. Also, though, not only did they come from South Africa? But get this, when genetic testing is done, and this is 30, 40 years later, after they came into the States, and they've been crossbreeding for much longer than that. We're going on 80 years here now, right? 75 years, something like that. Okay, after all that crossbreeding, there's still 96 to 98% African genes. Go figure. It's not like half and half or something. Half African, half European. No, they're still over 90%. So that's why they're Africanized bees.
They're Africanized.
Yeah, they're not African.
European honeybees.
Yeah, they're Africanized. So it's a cross between European and African. And because the African is definitely the dominant gene, they're Africanized. So I hope that answers your question.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So any updates on the hive from yesterday?
You know, the only update that we have is I talked with Art last night at length, and we have two possibilities now for bucket truck. We're going to rely on hot rod though with the bucket truck because the bigger one, the crane company, has a boom. I've used all these cranes and buckets over the years, of course. They have one that's like 120 footer. So much fun. Oh my God. But it won't even get down Art's driveway. We'd have to cut a hole in the fence. They'd have to drive the crane in through the driveway or through the pasture and come in the back way. And I said to Art, I said, no, we'll just have Hot Rod come in. It's a 60-foot bucket. It'll be fine. We can drive right down the driveway and get it done. So it looks like Friday or Saturday. So day after tomorrow or Saturday, we're going to take care of that. We'll have you guys along, all right? We're going to do our damnedest to live stream it. And we don't know if the guy's still alive in Tucson. I'm sorry. The guy that got airlifted out. I don't even know if he's alive. We know that everyone else is. Even Mark, who took 120 stings to the head and saved everybody's life. I mean, that man is unbelievable. That man deserves a cape and some nice tights. You know, Superman thing. So anyway, it's horrific what these things do. It really is. So we're really doing good here. We're about to wrap it up actually because the gal is she got off of work to come and have us do this, so she's waiting for us to,
Get out of here.
You get out of here. So I'm going to go do that like I always do. I'm going to take my clipboard, go settle up with her, and take care of that while Hosh knocks a few more down. You want to answer some questions, Hosh?
Yeah, sure.
Might as well. Okay, guys. Reed Booth, I'll be back in a little bit here, and I'll leave you with Hosh for a minute and knock down some of these remnant bees. So we'll talk to you in a little bit, guys.
All right, gang. How you doing here, Hosh? And I'm going to hang out here next to this dying swarm, and I'm happy to answer some questions. Basically, I'm gonna keep the camera on the bees for a little bit. All right. So basically, yeah, you've got them in Tennessee. Yeah, they're in all the lower 48 states. The question is, what's the saturation rate? So in Arizona, 100% of the feral unmanaged hives are Africanized bees, aka killer bees. I've been stung, I don't know, at this point, maybe 100 times. I don't know what that means. You always care if the ladies and Hosh has the camera. I don't know what that means. So the difference between, so you've got African bees, right, which were brought in and crossbred with the European bees. Okay, neither European bees or African bees are all that aggressive, right? Even the African bees are a little bit more aggressive than the European bees, but not much. But it's the crossbreed. The crossbreed is the really hyper defensive bee. So this woman, this tree here is where her dogs hang out, right? So she wanted to be able to let her dogs out and not get killed. Makes them a killer bee. Well, they kill people. They kill livestock. They kill pets. I've seen 3 dogs stung to death this summer. But they kill horses. They kill hogs. They kill livestock. They kill people. And they compete with the native pollinators for resources. They kill the native pollinators. As a beekeeper in the Houston area, I hate the term killer bee. Well, I don't know. What do you want to say? Africanized bee? It's a fact. This is a fact. And, a couple days ago, we had this guy basically stung unconscious, hanging from a tree. Earlier in May, there was a beekeeper, or not a beekeeper, a tree trimmer in Austin. He was up in the trees cutting down branches to run power lines through, and they stung him to death and left him hanging dead in the harness. So yeah, those are killer bees. And yeah, I mean, that's why they're called that way. So, you know, you can hate it, but it's a fact. They kill shit. So what else are you going to call them? They're bad, and they're invasive, and they're taking over the states, just like they took over South America and they took over Central America, and they take over European beehives all the time. So I don't know, you know, you can have whatever opinion you want to have about it. Denying a river in Egypt, you can say it's not true all day, and then, you know, they'll take over your hive. If you want to see an example of a European hive taken over by killer bees, check out Bees Gone Bad on TikTok. I also did a shortened LP version of it called World War Bee. It's in our pinned vids. They killed a beekeeper in Connecticut. Yeah. So they're going to take over. If you watch the spread of these things throughout South America, throughout Central America, it's only a matter of time before they take over North America as well. Yeah. Yeah, this is over. This is done with. Yeah, we're not worried about these guys at all.
How's it looking over here?
Good, we're finished.
We got her?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You know, we got a couple remnants, but
Oh yeah, well,
it's
there'll
done.
be a few remnants. I mean, man, the difference between doing it in this kind of weather and in the summer when it's 100 degrees,
Oh yeah.
total different. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
total
yeah.
different. I mean, for us, it's really not a big deal either way. I mean, stuff like what we're gonna do Friday or Saturday up in that tree, that's big stuff. That's big stuff. Because those bees, they already tried to kill like 24 people.
Right, right.
You know, it's like, and they don't care what uniform you wear or anything. So it's going to be interesting. I can't wait to bring you guys on that one. That'll be ridiculous. But
Yeah, yeah.
God, thank you guys so much for coming along. I'm sorry it's a short one today, but we'll. There's more coming, of course, as you know. And Christmas is coming. Get some honey, would you, please? And I believe we ship to England now. So go online and check that. I think that we have a whole separate thing for shipping internationally. I'm hoping it's supposed to be up anyway.
Yeah.
Love you guys. We'll go to killerbguy.com and we have a 20% off special, KBG number 1. So put KBG1 in, you get 20% off on the website. Love you guys. Go have some fun and try to beehive yourselves. Say goodbye, Hoj.
All right.